I want to play a little bit of this also from Court TV in regards to this case.
February 25th was Madeline Soto's 13th birthday party. A big day in any child's life, celebrating the end of one phase and the start of the next, the teen years. But tragically for Madeline, this was not the beginning of her teen years, it was the end of her life. She was reported missing the next day by her mother, Jen, and investigators believe she was already dead by 8:19 the following morning. But that doesn't match the story given by the man charged with her murder, Stephan Sterns, Jen's live-in boyfriend. He says he dropped Madeline off at school, a story Jen repeated to police and to the public in TV interviews. Tonight, we are live from Florida as we take you back to the scene where Madeline's body was recovered, the place where Stephan Sterns was reportedly seen changing his tire. Then we'll show you the place where Stephan Sterns allegedly put Madeline into the trunk of his car before allegedly disposing of her body. Then we'll take a listen to Sterns' story. Does it match up with the evidence? We'll take a closer look as we continue our investigation into the tragic life and death of Madeline Soto. I'm Vinny Politan. Thanks for joining us here on Closing Arguments. Madeline Soto was just 13 years old, had just turned 13 years old. And if you take a moment and just think about the life that she lived. When she was born, her parents weren't together. It happens. But a man comes into her life, and for 5 years, the allegations are he is sexually abusing her. Recording it, taking pictures for 5 years. That was her childhood. The childhood that she remembers. This man is in her life doing these things to her. And that was her world that she was living in. And while her mother was there, was her mother really there to protect her? Her mother, Jen Soto, what was she thinking? To allow and basically tell her boyfriend and her daughter to leave her bedroom and go to a bedroom by yourselves, you two. You two go over there. I need to sleep tonight. You two go somewhere else. And you wonder sometimes how people get access. Like this is absurd. The way this access was given. And these are the words of Jen Soto herself. So you take her words, you take the allegations, you put these two things together and you're like, how does this even happen? And Stephan Sterns recorded all of this on his phone. That's how they found out. I mean, he has possession of hundreds and hundreds of images going back years, pictures and videos. Sick stuff, absolutely sick. But this was the life that Madeline Soto was living. And Jen Soto was either oblivious to or turned a blind eye to. Either way, what was she thinking? So in figuring out this case and finding Madeline because she was missing, that's how this story started. They discovered the phone during the course of the investigation into a missing child.
You know, Mike, that was the catalyst, though. I mean, I know that the Kissimmee police, they had lots of evidence that we didn't know about before they even found the images on that phone. You know, they had the video of him driving out of the complex with her dead body in his car, of her sitting in the passenger seat with leaning to the left with her mouth open. And they got two different shots of that, one of them leaving and one of him coming back. So he was like a huge suspect right then, but they didn't have enough. They didn't have the body. They didn't know where the body was. And when they discovered all of those horrific images on his phone. That was like pay dirt, because now we can hold this guy. Now we can keep him in jail and we can work this case. And that's what they did. And ultimately, they found Madeline Soto's body by tracing his car through license plate readers and other video. And I can't praise the Kissimmee police more than the great job they did on this. It's not so easy to collect all this evidence and find it. There's some luck to it, but they did a fantastic job.
Yeah, Billy, they did a great job. And people don't realize sometimes when you get these kind of cases, like, say, a missing child under suspicious circumstances, it's all hands on deck. It's all hands on deck. This could go, 2 days straight and nobody's going home. And they get a lot of opportunity to get out there and interview people and start to narrow down, okay, where did, find out look at the video. When did the person leave? When did they come back? Can they match up, video, surveillance video down a block, getting onto a roadway, getting off a roadway, going by a Starbucks, restaurant, whatever kind of video they've got, whatever kind of information they can get that way, license plate readers. And you start to match that up, and you could do that fairly quickly. And you start interviewing other people, and you're interviewing the mom, and then you're interviewing him. And at the time that they interviewed him, and the detectives did a great job. They were very calm, letting him talk, letting him say things that they knew were factually wrong. Letting him lie. They're not going to sit there and yell in like some old 1950s film noir, and beat them up and station out the third degree. No, that doesn't work. No, you don't do that. You let the person talk. You let them dig their own hole, and you stand there and watch them. And then at the end, they challenged them a little bit, and they knew when that female detective said, you mind if we take a look at your phone? You don't mind if we check your phone out, do you? That sort of thing. Oh, no, go ahead. Oh, by the way, I must have did a factory reset. At that point, bingo, nobody just does a factory reset like that, coincidentally that day. No. So they were excellent. They were, top notch, organized. They did this really quickly, and they let him talk, and he implicated himself. Great job. And people should be proud of the Kissimmee Police Department for doing that. They were excellent.
That's for sure.